Hello there, I'm Mark. Nice to see you here again. Forgive me for being a bit red today. I'm not very well and I've got a blocked nose and I'm feeling extremely hot, but I wanted to share exciting news. Book two is out, Four Roads to Glory. Now, this book has four separate stories in it, uh, progressing the stories of people's lives going from humble, basic background to become very successful in their field. Now, I'm going to start by reading just a little bit of one of the stories, the first one in the book. So if I can find again where to share the screen. And here we go. So hopefully you can see this now. From Garage to Glory, the unstoppable journey of Ian Dewberry. Now, Ian Dewberry is here to the left of the car. He's a real person, and he's now working for AMG Mercedes Formula One team, and he's generally building and managing, looking after the engines. He had a little bit to do with the AMG One, which was the project for taking a Formula One car and turning it into a road car, which was a very successful project. Now, I know Ian quite well. I met him when I was 12 at school. We both wanted to be mechanics. I went off, became a mechanic, did some bits at Silverstone Rally School for a couple of years doing car and track preparation, but I just did a government-run City and Guilds course. He did MBAs and different level education. I was earning money before him, and he was in a basic garage for a long time, whereas I got into motorsports much quicker. But as motorsports developed and became more computer based, I wasn't so technically minded and didn't enjoy that aspect of it. So I left motorsports. Ian stuck with it and he's become successful. So I wanted to try and write his story. And we hear a lot about people in motorsport, how difficult it is, especially Formula One, to get into the sport. But we don't really hear a lot about the guys behind the scenes, the factories in Brackley and around Silverstone and Brixworth here, which was originally Hillmore Engineering, which is now diversed into Mercedes. And these guys work tirelessly, and if it wasn't for the guys behind the scenes, you wouldn't have the car on the track that our star drivers can drive and give us the excitement of racing. So I needed to tell his story. So the origins of Ambitious. In the tranquil village of Stratton, a hidden gem nestled in the heart of Northamptonshire, the stage was set for an extraordinary journey of ambition, skill, and unwavering determination. It was within this idyllic setting that a young mechanic-to-be named Ian Dewberry would first encounter the seeds of his future destiny. From the earliest days of his childhood, a symphony of sound and scent painted the backdrop of Ian's life. The distinct rumble of engines and the heady aroma of grease wafted through the air, forming an inseparable bond with his very being. Stratton, with its rolling farmlands and postcard-perfect landscape, provided an exquisite tapestry upon which Ian's dreams would be woven. It was in his father's unassuming makeshift garage that Ian's journey truly began. This haven of mechanical marvels became a sanctuary where Ian's imagination could roam freely amidst the clutter of tools and the allure of intricate machinery. From a young age, he would lose himself in this world of gears, bolts, and engines, each component a new mystery to unravel. What might have been mere tools to others were, to Ian, the instruments of his burgeoning ambition. As Ian's formative years passed, his fascination with all things mechanical evolved into an unequivocal passion. The garage was no longer just a place to play, it had become a realm of limitless possibilities. At 15 years old, a defining moment arrived that would propel Ian even further along the path of his destiny. Joining forces with a group of equally driven classmates, Ian embarked on a remarkable journey that would forever alter his perception of what he could achieve. The ambitious goal to build a car that would not only compete but excel in his prestigious BP Builder Car competition. This undertaking was no small feat. It demanded dedication, collaboration, and a level of determination that transcended the ordinary. Now, I know a lot about the BP Builder Car competition because I was his teammate on this journey. It wasn't quite as determined in the start because it was just a way of getting out of classes, and we had fun and we messed around a lot, and it got near to the time of the competition and we hadn't built the car, and no other team before us at the school had completed a car. So then the pressure was on us to actually get a car ready and actually be the first team to make it from the school to the competition. And we did this. It wasn't the best by any means, and we were really embarrassed because there was a competition to name the car, and many of the students at the school thought it was hilarious, so they thought it'd be good to give it a silly name, and they called the car the Ferret, which was not great. But we took an old 2CV and turned it into a pickup truck that was inspired by the Africa. So we wanted to make a cheap car that could go off-road, be utilitarian and practical in remote environments, and we succeeded, and we did that. It wasn't formed and functioned as well. I believe the teacher of the school still had the vehicle and then perfected some of the bits that we hadn't quite done right, and we both helped, along with a guy called Darren Sellers, who was a very close friend of ours, sadly no longer with us, and started to build the car for the following year. And then handed that over to a new team that was much more successful than us and did well. But then this put Ian on the path to becoming a mechanic. So we'll leave the reading there. I hope you enjoy this new book. There's some great stories in here. If we go back so we can see. So the first story is about Ian. The second is From Ratchets to Rally, which is based on me. My goal and dream was to build rally cars and race. I really love driving rally cars. I did get to build some cars. I worked for Silverstone Rally School for 2 years doing car and track preparation. I worked with Kevin and Nell at Quarry Park Garage. We built some off-road vehicles together. But sadly, I never really had the budget to race a car, but it could have been possible. And a lot of my friends did actually make it and do quite well. So I wanted to include a story that showed how it could be possible. Then it leads to Hazy Road. This is inspired by my friend Joe, who's a used car salesman who likes to travel and took some trips around Europe. So this is his sort of French and Spanish road trip odyssey in an old classic car. A lot of this one is made up, but he does have his own car sale business. And he does go on the trips around, so that's kind of cool. The final journey, the journey unwritten, a dyslexic teacher's odyssey from despair to love, resilience, and redemption. This is about me and going through my divorce, which inspired me to go off to China and Asia and become a teacher. And it's basically about my journey through Asia. So hopefully they'll make you want to read it, and thank you for joining me. And soon book 3 is out, which is actually part 2 in the Eclipse series. If you've seen my previous video, I've read a little bit of them. The Eclipse Chronicles is going to be 6 stories now, where we're taking characters from the first Eclipse book and the different stories in that, combining with some characters from this second book, and we're building like an A-team, if you like. It's family fun adventure of undercover agents, and that's going to be a brilliant little series. We're in the process of getting the second book of the Eclipse series, which is my 3rd book, out, The cover's just been done, so within a couple of weeks, hopefully that will be out. So follow me on my journey of switching from English teacher to author. I hope you enjoyed this. Also, a channel I follow a lot is Dan Escape to Rural France. It's one man's endeavor to rebuild and save a ruined chateau. He's very inspirational because what he's taking on is just a phenomenal feat, and he's been very successful. Each year he does Movember, and Movember is to raise awareness for men's health, mental health, testicular and prostate cancers, this type of thing. And he tries to raise money, and generally guys will grow moustaches. I'm not doing very well, but he does very well at it. Last year he hit 20,000 and got an award from the charity for his efforts in raising money. We want to smash this. So I'm going to give a link below in the description box to his site. You can go and see his videos, but please donate to him. His page is linked directly to the charity, and the money goes straight to a good cause. So please give to that. So I'll see you on the next adventure, where I'll be going through and showing and sharing with you the third book that's coming out. Bye-bye for now.